Hey, economic students, Mr. Ellis here. I am out again. Yeah, it's frustrating for me. I'm sure it's frustrating for you guys because you're still, some of you, in the dark and making mistakes. And I just wish I could be there to help catch a lot of these things. So I just wanted to touch base with you. At the time, it is actually Sunday. I'm videotaping this right now. Sunday evening. Sunday morning, I did another COVID test, and even though I feel pretty good, uh, it still came back positive. So I have to be out a couple more days until I can get another negative test. And so our target date for my return is on Wednesday. And so it's hard for me. I've got to come in, evaluate everybody's investments. I've got to go through and check portfolio sheets and accuracy, and it's quite a long time, and it's frustrating because I found a lot of issues that I want to address with you so that we don't have those issues going forward. First issue is running other people's companies, and so I've told you many times that if you're ever going to be absent, you've got to have somebody keeping your business open on that day. And if your business is closed, nobody running your company, then your stock will indeed go down, and you could miss out on dividends and so forth. If a dividend is paid out and you're not here and nobody's running your company to collect that dividend, you don't get to come back the next day and attempt to collect that dividend. So you either need to be here or find somebody and pay them to do it, because that brings me to my next thing. We've had a number of people, not just in one class, but across classes, that have been running other people's companies and frankly have not been doing a stellar job at it. I want to emphasize that if you are running somebody's company, you have to do all the things required of you that day for them as well. And so if a portfolio sheet is assigned, like there was one on Friday, and you are running somebody's company, you not only have to fill out one for yourself, but you have to fill out one for them as well. And God forbid, if you're running two companies, you'd have three of those to do. So running somebody's company is quite a big deal. Some days it's not. Some days there isn't much to do. The other thing is, please do not forget the Matt Morley rule, which is that you cannot buy or sell stocks from any companies that you're running for on that day, or you're running on that day. And so we had an instance of this, and in that one case, it was, the student thinking that they were doing a favor to that other student by buying their stock, but that's no favor. It's a rule violation. You cannot do that. And going forward, I'm going to take some of the blame for not being here and emphasizing that every day that I am here. So just don't do it. I would have caught some of these things had I been here, but I can't possibly leave that for the sub to concentrate on. So please, if you're running somebody's company, just understand that everything that's required of a company, collecting dividends, writing down transactions, all of those things that are involved with running a company for the day, you are indeed responsible for that as well. And this is why I said over and over, if you are trying to get somebody to run your company for you in your absence, you should probably work out some sort of deal ahead of time to pay them or compensate them in some way, because it is a pain in the butt. And as I crack down on this, fewer and fewer people are going to want to take over or run people's companies because it is so time consuming. And we're going to have more portfolio value sheets. Plus, I'm going to be throwing something new at you, which is called a management problem. A curveball that I'm going to throw at you that you're going to have to deal with on the spot. That's coming up. So be ready and aware for that. The investments at this point have been pretty good, although mostly we've had flyers and a couple slideshows and some business cards and so forth. We've got some websites coming up, I think today, and in a couple classes. So if you any of these investments, if I'm not here for them, you have to share them with me, or it'll be assumed by me that you no-showed your investment. And no showing your investment is again a decrease in your stock. So please, please, please make sure that you are following through, doing your investments, and either take a screenshot, photo with your phone, have somebody videotape it. We've got a demonstration in 6 block today with a big old boat that's going to be out in the front parking lot. So that's something that's going to be needed to be videotaped and sent to me right away by somebody in class. So that's the investment issue. Perry Ellis Street Journal ads, PSJ ads up here in the corner. So if you're going to do one of these ads, there's one down here for first block as well. You're going to do one of these ads. My usual rule is to get them to me by 7 a.m. But now that I can't come into the school and print new copies, if you send it to me at 6:50 a.m., I'm up, but I can't print a new set for the sub. So the new rule is from now, while I'm not here for the next 2 days, is if you do a PSJ ad, you've got, if you propose it, for example, today, if you sign up for one of those today, then I will need it by tonight at 7 p.m. That's when I'm going to come up to the school when nobody's in the building, and like right now, and print those off, add those ads and print that off. So please get those to me by 7 p.m. They must be either in JPEG or PNG format, some sort of picture format. One person sent me hers in video format, so I had to do a screen capture to get that one. So yeah, so that's about it. The portfolio value updates are going to be passed out today, and it will look something like this. You'll see these with the PSJs today, and I just want to briefly explain that some of you are temporarily getting E's right now because you did not turn in Friday's portfolio value sheets. You have to read Google Classroom. Google Classroom specifically said on Friday, you must turn in your portfolio value sheet by the end of the hour or your stock will go down. And that happened. I wasn't fibbing on that. And so 1, 2, 3, 4 people in first block, 3 people in fourth block, and 4 people in 6th block are temporarily getting E's. That doesn't mean you can't fix that tomorrow or the next day and be back up at the top of the standings. But right now you're at the bottom of the standings. Also understand that there is no set dollar amount that says this amount is an A and this amount is a B minus and so forth. It varies by class. So for example, having over 3,000 gets you an A minus in, or A minus in block 1. But in block 6, for example, all you have to do is get over 2,800 to get an A minus. And so it varies by class. Just understand that there is no, I don't have a set dollar amount that gets you there. It's done by brackets within your own class. And so read the Perry Ellis Street Journal. There are sometimes hidden clues in there. Read the entire Perry Ellis Street Journal. Not everyone will have some sort of trivia in it or hidden money. Sometimes they do. And sometimes it's not just financial benefit, but it'll give you a clue on some things that you can do that will help you, or things to avoid that might hurt you. So please make sure you're reading. Generally, all you have to do is read the Perry Ellis Street Journal, but with me gone, it's also reading Google Classroom as well. So with that, I think I've covered everything. So what's going to happen today, because I've been gone and because there have been a number of issues with accuracy, neatness, and so forth, I'm kind of half pausing. Not really. I knew a lot of you did investments today, so I didn't want to just throw it out today. But we're going to do investments, but I'm holding off on all the dividends until tomorrow or Wednesday. There will be some, and some of you still have my stocks that I really liked and have not been rewarded for that with a dividend yet, but those are coming. And I want to minimize the number of cash transactions going on today, because there are a number of you that have money issues, as I understand it, and I don't want them to get worse, and so I want to try and minimize the number of dividends. By the way, neatness and accuracy, it's 50% of your grade. I'm going to toot the horn of first block as I go through first block, and you see this is just a random one here, Ben Mays, fairly neat, but he's not even the neatest. And I checked his numbers were all accurate. You go on to this one, here's Allison's, and oh my goodness, look how neat the handwriting is there. And I just go from one to the next and to the next, and they're all neat, accurate, no red marks, neat, accurate, no red marks. There is somebody who does have a couple red marks in here, but he will see those. Oh my goodness, I even need to toot the horn of oh geez, where's Lucas? Lucas, yours was even good and neat and accurate. Not to tease you, Lucas, but I just have to show yours off a little bit. Oh, I can't find it, but anyway, the other thing is first block, for the most part, I think there was one person. Remember I said on the day that you practice these, this is really frustrating, by the way. The day you practice these, this little box, I said, this is where your stock goes at the top. You should have at least 25 here. In this case of Josie, she's got 27 of her own stock. She bought 2 back at one point. And so this is where that goes. And again, I'm going to toot the horn of first block. Just about everybody followed those directions. Now, if I randomly go to fourth block and then sixth block, you're going to see a lot more orange here. Here's one where the person did not put their stock at the top. Let me go on to the next one. Oh, the very next one, same thing. Put your stock at the top. What's going on here? There's one that did put their stock at the top, and it's Aiden Pratt. Good job, Aiden. Here's another one, stock not at the top. Come on, we got to do this. Both, a fourth one in a row. Dominic, stock not at the top. I just don't know what is going on here with regards to following the directions. Also, here's one, no name on it. Tasha, how can I give you credit if there's no name on this? Yeah, I'm calling people out. Here's one. I didn't go too crazy with this, but remember, neatness does not mean scribble marks. Abby, all right, if you have to start all over, then start all over. Neatness and accuracy. 2 biggest factors in your grade, folks. Neatness and accuracy. Especially if you're not doing investments, you better darn well be neat and accurate. And then I go to sixth block. So I got some adding mistakes here. Here's one. Neat, very neat, JC, but adding mistake. Scribble marks. What's up with the scribble marks? All right, so We gotta do these things. From Mr. P's point of view, that's frustrating because these are the simple things that are 50% of your grade: neatness and accuracy. And so let's see if we can get that done next time. So I hope to give you some sort of other video update. I thought about actually Zooming with you guys, and maybe that's something we'll set up with Mrs. Murray tomorrow. Best of luck. Today on your agenda, I'd like you to get investment tickets. You can sign up for some more investments for tomorrow. If you do an investment today, send me videos, photo, whatever, to make sure I have it over email. And you can do some buying and selling today, but I wouldn't go too crazy, especially if you have a money situation, if your money's not adding up. So help other people out, audit each other. Let's help clean everything up. We'll see you later.